Hey Jim, thank you so much for taking out the time to share your experience of what it was like working with me here at the Abundant Accountant and being in our 8 week sales mastery course. Before we dive in though, Jim, I'd love it if you could share where you're at in the country and also what does your firm specialize in?
So I'm based in the Chicago area and I specialize in bookkeeping and CFO advisory and business coaching. So some of the low level services all the way up through helping businesses grow.
Awesome. Okay. And what was the biggest challenge with your bookkeeping and CFO advisory firm as it related to your sales process and your pricing before we started working together?
You probably no consistency in the sales process. I'd never done sales before, so I wasn't sure what the right flow was. And so getting clients to book with me or sign up for my services was very challenging. So
Yeah.
that's I signed up.
And what was when you were having those challenges, was it that you missed money, you left money on the table because clients weren't converting? Or like, what was that moment you decided to do something about it and, join and start our 8 week sales mastery course?
Yeah. So after a few months of not closing very many, I've had lots of sales calls, wasn't closing very many,
Yep.
and the amount of money I was losing out on without a better sales process, without a better sales technique, it was just staggering. So that's why I signed up.
Yeah. And how much money did you miss out on in total, Jim, from not closing all the sales calls that you did have, but they weren't converting into paying clients, where you're like, okay, I have to stop the bleeding. Enough is enough.
Yeah. It was probably ten to $15,000 a month in recurring revenue is what I was
Wow.
missing out on before I made a decision.
Wow. That's a lot.
The
Um,
value of all the proposals that were kind of that I wasn't able to close on.
right. Yeah. And that's a significant chunk of change, right? Of what you were missing out on. And it's a good reason that you decided to work with me. And I'm so happy that you did. Now looking back in making your decision to enroll with us and work here with us at the Abundant Accountant, what would you say were the most important things when you were evaluating a coaching program for you of whether this would work for you or not?
Um, Say the past successes, that that you the program would have, the level of training, kind of the engagement or mm, uh, the speaker during the training, how kind of engaging they are to listen to, and then coaching. So live coaching. So it's not just watch these videos and you're on your own. It's also a
Right.
support network. Also,
Awesome. Was there a moment where you thought, I don't know if this is going to work for me or anything like that? What were some of your hesitations or fears that you had around enrolling with us and being in the 8 week sales mastery course?
I would say it's more a self doubt. Like, will I be able to become a better salesperson? Right? Will I be able to become do I have what it takes to do this, right? So it was more, I guess, personal doubt than anything.
Yeah, and clearly you've done amazing. I'd love it if you can share what are the successes that you've created in just the last 8 weeks and getting past your self-doubt and all of those things that maybe you were thinking about just 2 months ago.
Yeah. So some of the forced practice that you do, or through this program, so you get repetition, so you get comfortable, you get past the uncomfortableness of what was new, right? Over the past 8 weeks. So you get better at that. How I structure the sales calls is much more repeatable. And because it's repeatable, then you can keep refining and getting better versus everyone looks,
Yeah.
every call looks different, right? Um, and I've closed one client so far, and I have two that between the two that I haven't closed yet, there'll be $3,600 a month in recurring revenue. Um, and I high probability that they're going to sign up within the next 2 weeks. So
Awesome.
it's
And
been
what
great.
would you have charged in the past, Jim? Like, how would you say compared to what you would have done 2 or 3 months ago, compared to what you did now? How much of an increase in monthly recurring revenue is that for you?
So for those two, instead of charging the total of 3,600, I probably would have charged closer to just under 2,000 or at 2,000. So it's
Yeah.
a significant difference in
Yeah.
mindset.
And then the one that did engage your firm?
That was a smaller, that was just a bookkeeping client, and um, probably another $100 a month. I mean, it's a $300 client, another $100 a month than what I might have already charged. So
That's great.
it's
Yeah.
understanding my worth and not asking for, allowing discounts to happen.
Yes. And I'm so proud of you for that. Do you have any other big takeaways or things that you really enjoyed about the program that you would love to share with another firm owner that maybe you didn't hear in one of these videos?
Um, can you ask that question again? There was a
Yeah,
lot in there.
is there anything that you would want to share with another firm owner that might be watching one of these videos about something that you had a big takeaway or some lessons you've learned or things that were just unique and different about working with us that you wish you would have heard in one of these videos?
No, I think everybody's different reasons for joining, and there was a lot that I learned that I wasn't going to learn without some kind of support, without this kind of training. I wasn't going to figure this out on my own, and
Right.
so this was helpful, right? And um, and the weekly um, support meetings are really helpful.
Yeah.
It's the same as like weight loss. I equivalent to that. Like I joined Jenny Craig or not Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers,
Yeah.
for a while. Like, everybody
Yeah.
knows how to lose weight, but what you get out of that is the support group and the weekly
Right.
meetings and the accountability along with that, right? And the camaraderie.
Totally.
That's where the value is, right? But in this case, you had that plus. I didn't know how to essentially lose weight. I needed that guidance, right?
Right. Love
Yeah.
that analogy. Yeah. Love that, Jim. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing. Is there
Sure.
any other words of wisdom that you would want to share with another firm owner that might be in your shoes where they're leaving, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because they keep meeting with clients, but they're not closing because they don't know how to sell or convert those into paying clients? Is there anything else that you would like to share with another firm owner that might be watching this that you would feel compelled to share that you wish you would have heard in one of these videos?
Um, it's a decision that we don't make lightly, but in the end, you invest in yourself and it's worth it. That's
Awesome.
it.
Thank you so much, Jim. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Michelle.